go for something else. I'm not sure, but
Maybe
there's a lot in the
Crucia,
text.
maybe Crucia runs away, something like that. I don't know. This topic was kind of covered in the first episode, so we probably shouldn't go too deep into it. I suppose, since
They have
our
an Infinity
kind of
Gate,
time.
man. Anything comes through an Infinity Gate.
Yeah, that they're. I mean, they're basically with planting the seed of the Infinity Gate in the planes. They're planting the seed of this whole other dimension of planets and worlds that we can go to. But the thing that troubles me is that it's Storm Legion. The expansion is supposed to be around Crucia. Why are we killing Crucia, technically, quote unquote, before Regulos?
Maybe it's not Crucia.
Yeah, maybe we don't even kill her, but I mean that's the same thing people were speculating before ID, like, oh well, maybe we don't really kill Lathis, maybe she comes back in some other form, and we ended up killing her. People didn't want 2 dragons in one raid tier, but they ended up doing it.
I think I know what they're gonna do. This might be a spoiler alert for people who haven't played Borderlands 2, but at the end, I mean, I think they could just Borderlands 2 us, and as soon as you beat Borderlands, it shows that there's
More.
X amount of other rooms and this and that. So I mean, they could just alternate us into different dimensions and just use the Infinity Gate as an endless loophole.
Well, the like everyone knows that the dragons we kill on this planet are not the dragons that are not the real dragons. Their bodies, it's just, I guess, some kind of ghost of version of the other.
Their avatar, kinda.
Yeah. So, I mean, we might go to the other planes, and, I mean, we'll have 6 more dragons to kill. But then, the Bloodstorm's been on multiple planets. They've destroyed multiple civilizations. And, I'm really curious about the Vigil. I honestly think the Vigil are, like, some kind of beings that created us for something that we don't know about, and I think we'll end up fighting them at some point, and we'll end up, rebuilding our own civilization by ourselves, not relying on some gods to guide us. Kind of like in WoW, when we started taking on on some of the lieutenants of the Titans, and they were supposed to be the protectors of the planet.
No, I think Bubbles has it perfectly right. Scotty Mom, final boss of Storm Legion.
That actually would be pretty fun, because there's that one quest in Silverwood when you get him like some kind of drink and he turns super huge and he's like
He'd
kicking
start
his...
sheeping everyone.
Yeah, his ultimate mechanic is sheeping, mass sheep. That's gonna be his self-enrage. He sheeps like one person every 5%, and you gotta beat him before he sheeps the whole raid.
Every 5%.
I vote in Zykor, next boss, next dungeon after Regula.
Zykor is like the leader of one of the planes.
Yeah, you could have, number 1 tank EU, then number 1 DPS EU boss, and then we could do the same thing for US. It'd be perfect.
And then he would like summon his mage Burger, and well, is that his other warrior? What's his mage's name?
Yeah, he has like 50,000 characters, man. You can make a whole dungeon full of Zykors. It'd be great.
It's like he's gonna make his own guild.
The only reason I think they won't do this is because they're gonna sue them for racism. You have people killing a black guy, so no.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
What was that Prago black woman in HK?
Matron.
Yeah.
Matron, yeah.
Killing a black pregnant woman, I don't know about that though.
With big boobies.
Yeah.
Who had little black kids and we kill them too. Oh my god. Going deeper down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, going back to like what I think they will do next, I would think that Regulus Raid will probably come out in mid-January. That's like my estimates, because they're not going to release any content during Christmas except like a Christmas thingy, a Christmas event.
Yeah.
I think that is their next step, and after that, obviously, I think we're gonna have to wait for 4 or 5 months until the next content, raid content, or perhaps they release like 10 man in between that because they like to do that. But I think it's gonna take at least 4 or 5 months.
I mean, do you think that next content's going to be hard mode or a new dungeon? Because Decoy or Adam said on a live stream the other day that you know, if he has a choice between spending time on new content or old content, he wants to spend it on new. But that's sort of in direct contradiction to the hard mode statement.
Yeah, but I think they have the hard mode encounters kind of ready. They know what they want with it, but they want to make it hard. So it's really like they don't want to go through all the logs that everyone is like the top end guilds are doing, and how much DPS can you pull, and so forth, so forth. So they're not going to release.
What I think
they're going to release it when like hard modes are going to be released when they have at least 30 guilds clearing that content, and they have the logs for that, and they like look up what is a hard DPS check, what is a hard like mechanics check, what are these guys dying on, and so forth.
Now, do you think that they could design the fight originally as a hard mode, and then just see what people would be at with, you know, the full gear from regular mode, and then just bump up the HP, because that's all the DPS would you know, that's all the DPS could block as a DPS check. You could have the mechanics for a hard mode, tune it, take some mechanics out for a regular mode, and then just bump up the HP and stuff for to account for the new DPS.
Well, I don't know how they're tuning the bosses now, but if you run around on the beta, you can see that you have a lot of level 60s running around in like test raid gear. It says. So I think they're trying to tune it like they have that you have raid gear on. So it's obviously gonna be not hard mode, but hard mode when you have blues and greens.
Slightly over, so slightly overtuned, but killable.
Yeah. So it's going to be hard it's going to be hard for those obviously that goes in there in greens and blues, but those who get there in a month or 2 months, which have like the epic gear, because the step in between those isn't that huge. It's like it's mostly like ID to HK from the expert gear to the actual raid gear. So the first tier is going to be hard just gear wise. You can kill it with the least amount of gear. That's like the hard about it. Then they obviously have to make it a hard mode for those around the raid gear.
Yeah. No.
The fuck?
See, this is why I want Merkel in here. But no.
Who was that?
Some troll from someone who's leaking Mumble information, obviously.
Alright, I'll just have to cut that part out. Alright, let's, one last thing I want to ask, and this is related to gating. Do you think that, this is going to be, I guess, kind of a Hail Mary pass. Do you think that Trion will do something additional to hard modes where they introduce a super hard boss that you can only, and I'm just going by the logic of Algalon in WoW, how you could only kill him within a certain amount of time after you killed every boss in his hard mode instance, and you needed like a certain key or something to access him. Do you think that's something that the raid community will be interested in, like a super hard boss you can only access for, let's say 1 hour after you kill all the bosses in a raid?
It'd be interesting, I'd say that, but I'm not sure the guilds in Rift would really go for that. Obviously, I can't speak for the people, but from experience, I don't know if it would work.
I mean, obviously, then it becomes quite balanced, because then, well, especially when it got released, if it goes like that, because if you, like, for the US, if they're going to release it like they do patches at the moment, and the US will clear the dungeon on Wednesday, and then we'll have the boss only open for 1 hour, and if it don't kill it, then it's the same thing for the Europeans, and you have to wait a week and a week and a week, and you just have to do it who kills it the first, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I would personally be interested in something like that. That's just me personally. I don't even know about the whole guild, but I've always wanted to see something like that in Rift.
I think with any hard mode they bring, the first thing they've got to sort out is the time difference, release difference between NA and EU, because it's going to cause some problems. trying to find the right time or ranking system to fit it.
Well, the ranking
Yeah,
system that was it Voodoo who did that? I mean, they just took into account the time disparity, and I mean that's all that really needs to be taken into account.
Well, our content gets released in the middle of the night, and your patches get released pretty much midday, which is not really the same.
Do we
Yeah,
know why
that's-
that is? Like, why the Euro thing is delayed anyway? Why is Euro patch day not Wednesday?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be a
something on
struggle.
Tryon side. Convenience for them. I really don't know if anyone knows but Tryon or someone in the tech department.
We just need enough guilds in Rift that are rating that you can have a separate EU North American rating, and then the time disparity goes away. I mean, in WoW, yeah, there's like some competition between EU and North America, but I mean, European guilds pretty much consistently dominate in WoW. And so it's really just a separate ranking system between the two. Like, you'll have a US guild sneak in the top 5 and 10 every now and then, but I mean, it's still basically all the Euros over there for world ranking, and then they just take it North American and EU. But we don't have enough guilds in Rift to do that, right? I mean, so if we don't compete across the pond, then it's not really a competition.
Yeah. And the troll that's in chat saying you can get in here whenever. Yeah, I'm sure you can, but it's because we haven't had our mod move us into the officer chat, so have fun while it lasts, because next show is not going to happen like that.
I think it was my fault. I DC'd and I forgot that Mumble displayed the message of the day, so that was my bad.
Everything's Rough Raptor's fault.
Yeah, you're fired.
G-Kick incoming is going to be on the stream.
You know, that's like one of
sure.
the top requested things. Do it, Foon, do it.
No.
Oh, man.
Foon doesn't bend to
I
the will of the people.
misspelt.
Suck rough.
Of course
Suck
I do.
balls.
Kick Rough Raptors out of the Guild Classic.
Alright, so did we have any other topics left intrinsic, or should I go on to the final question that I had?
Questions.
Alright, well, I'll save this till the very last, because I think this would make the good closure. I've been getting questions periodically, but does anyone have any last questions before I move on to what Marcius asked a while ago? Of course,
Just
you
for the
always
chat.
need more blood fever grins.
For the chat room.
Say that again, intrinsic?
No, maybe I should ask for questions in the thread.
Possibly, yeah. I've been getting them periodically.
Does anyone have goals for World First, like World First 60 or what? Because I know we're getting a group in no quarter to grind to level 60 super hard.
You're not going to be White Lady.
You can just locally mute him for the Raidlock.
Yeah, I claim White Lady World First All Quest and level 60 achievements. Fortunes.
World First artifacts.
World First Dimension Exact Recreation of Meridian.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous. I could see her doing that.
We in SO is pretty much gonna have 20 people going for like fastest level 60, but so I don't think we're gonna pick out an individual that we want to like want to get level 60 first,
Here,
I think it's easier to get level 60 in a group than it is alone, so it's gonna be hard to say that okay, this guy is gonna be level 60 first. But then again, I haven't leveled in the last XP nerf did it.
you don't have any friends to level with, Q?
No.
He has his mustache. That's plenty.
Yeah, his mustache can't hit his macros though.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not really
Mustache
seeing any questions, so I figured this might be
Yeah, I'll just next time I'll just ask for questions on this on the risk.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
I'll just
the thread.
I was just gonna end